It gives me, again, great pleasure to introduce another one of our key guests tonight, and that is Aneel Mussarat. Aneel Mussarat is the sponsor of tonight's event. Brother Aneel is a renowned businessman and a founder of MCR Property Group, which brings around 30 years of experience together. Aneel has a registered charity known as the Rafi Mussarat Foundation, Rafi being the name of his son, and Mussarat being the name of his late father, whom in fact my family knew and my mother knew. The Rafi Foundation aspires to build homeless shelters across the UK, and it actually began in Manchester. Aneel has a whole variety of areas that he works in, and especially the charity sector. And Aneel actually went to the Rohingya refugee camps 2 or 3 years ago, I think it was, about 3-4 years ago, and he provided food to over 1 million refugees. So a warm welcome, please, to Aneel Mussarat.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Good evening, everybody. Distinguished and honourable guests, members of Parliament, Andy, and all my dear friends. It's great to be back here at British Muslim Heritage Centre celebrating a gala dinner after 2 years due to COVID. And it's great to see how the centre's evolved. But I'm going to take you back to 2006 when the centre was bought. Then Brother Nasser Bhai was lobbying to buy the centre, and I thought it was going to be a tall order to buy a facility of this magnitude, so much capital required, not only to purchase, but then to refurbish, reconfigure the centre. And I thought it was really a tall order. So over the last 16, 17 years, to transform this facility, to make it such a wonderful facility, provides so many multiple services, and got such a huge vision, it's incredible. So I think the credit not just only goes to Nasser Bhai, but to all his trustees, his management team, his staff. And me personally, I have a lot of respect for Nasser Bhai, because when he, as a fellow business person, I had a lot of respect for him growing up. He still got a great business, but his business was really at its peak. When he took his eye off the ball to focus on the centre, he needed a lot of belief in wanting to give back to society. So, ladies and gentlemen, may I request everyone to stand up and give everybody at the centre, the management, the trustees, a huge round of applause. Please may everyone stand. The vision, please be seated. Thank you. The vision the centre has for future redevelopment, repositioning is quite spectacular. Hopefully Nasser Bhai will talk about it in the future. But the work that I really admire about the centre is helping vulnerable communities, what it does to help break those barriers for the vulnerable people. I mean, as Andy just spoke about before, the centre houses a lot of homeless people, and that is a huge issue which the centre has played a big role to eliminate, especially through COVID. My foundation just has begun work on its first homeless shelter in Manchester City Centre, and I know how big an issue it is. So hopefully that is one positive role it's played. We heard Karima speak. You know, it's incredible to see so many talented young people come up the ladder, and this centre is the platform for youngsters to develop, to evolve, to point them in the right direction. So I think this is just the beginning, what this centre is going to do for the next generations, because there are barriers, and this centre does facilitate, assist those barriers to be broken. Another area which the centre is working very closely in is community cohesion, interfaith harmony. Just in Ramadan, we had the pleasure and honour of hosting Lord Bishop of Manchester, who broke iftar with a couple of hundred guests. That's a vital area for the wider community to have a better understanding of Islam and vice versa. How communities can work together, succeed together. And also, I'd like to add one more thing. I mean, there's so much work the centre can do. One thing I've learned about the team here is that they're very open-minded. They're happy to collaborate in any area with any suggestion. So if anyone's got an idea, a suggestion, Brother Maqsood and his team are very open-minded. They're happy to collaborate with people. So please do not hesitate to engage with the centre, because the centre has a lot of potential, and it can't succeed to unleash all that potential if people don't collaborate with the centre. So once again, finally, one big point which you can't ignore is these charitable organisations cannot succeed without financial support and help. Through the COVID, they managed to keep their doors open where there's zero revenue. So please, 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 do consider, do think about supporting the centre, and from an economic perspective as well, because I know there's a lot of successful business people here as well. And I'm very happy, whatever I can do to support the centre, I will do my best, because I truly believe it's a bunch of really smart people that are trying to make a major difference. Thank you, everybody.